Hello, hello, hello. Good afternoon. We will be getting started shortly with this afternoon's AI briefing. Again, thank you for popping in to spend a little time with us here at L7 Solutions. For those of you who may not know who we are a managed IT service company. We specialize in cybersecurity. We have now ventured into AI consulting. And so today we're going to just have a little fun, talk about ways we can use AI in our business, and a couple of really neat ways that we can use AI outside of the business. So we're going to get this going shortly. And I'm going to roll through a lot of things quickly, but feel free to input any questions in the chat. We're going to have Matt here who's going to be monitoring the chat, and he'll let me know if there are any questions that pop up as we go along. But again, we're going to give it just a couple of more minutes for others to pop in if they want to do so. And we will get going then. I'll see you in a bit. All right. I hope everyone can hear me out there. Um, we are going to go ahead and get started. And others that pop in, they will just kind of get in where we are. But again, thank you guys for showing up to our AI briefing. Again, this is L7 Solutions. We are a managed IT services company. We specialize in cybersecurity. We are also doing AI consulting, helping small businesses, figure out what's this new, fantastic, amazing thing called AI, and how can we use it in our business? Today, we're going to have a little fun, though. We're going to figure out how we can use it in our business, and we're going to have some fun trying to use it out of our business, outside of business a little bit. Now, I have a quick slide presentation that I'm going to go through. We're going to go through that quickly because I do want to respect your time. We're trying to keep this to 30 minutes. If you guys have any questions after this, again, feel free to pop any questions that you have into the chat. Matt is going to be monitoring those. Let me know what's going on there in the chat, and I will try and get those questions answered for you. We are going to be experimenting a little bit today with ChatGPT because I know a lot of you like to try and use ChatGPT in things. But we're also going to be using Microsoft Copilot because we here at L7 Solutions are a Microsoft Office 365 shop. And we figure, listen, you guys already have it. And you may want to upgrade to those higher licenses in Copilot so you can start using things a little bit more within your organization. Just before we start, the great thing about the Microsoft Copilot environment is that it focuses on being within the Office 365 environment. Okay, so if you are a law firm, if you're an accounting firm, if you're in healthcare, uh, you automatically get that governance, you get that compliance, that security that's necessary in those verticals of business. So we want to make sure that you understand that and realize that you can use Copilot for more than just the oh, what's the weather going to be like today? There's a lot that can happen. So I'm going to hop right into this. So AI in business and beyond. Um, First of all, our contact information is there. We're also going to put that there at the end. But we're going to go to our first slide here. There we are. Okay, great. Sorry about that, guys. Looks like I got muted. Healthcare revolution. So the way that the way that AI can be used within the healthcare industry are some of the ways are listed here. We've got Copilot quickly can process records for treatment planning. Okay, we've got 24/7 patient support via AI chat systems, which I'm sure many of you have seen already. If you've done any sort of telemedicine, you can see that AI is all over that. Early detection, AI identifies subtle disease markers humans might miss. Copilot analyzes thousands of similar cases for comparison. So what that means is, let's say you're a radiologist, and the way that this works, now this is whether it's medical, whether it is accounting, whether it's any other field, law, it can take a large database, and in the case of medical, um, take a large database of the same thing. Let's say that a radiologist is reading images for the liver, and there's a spot that's seen in the liver, and they have 200 images of livers, and each of those images is annotated a certain way. Well, where Copilot can come into play is Copilot, after that, let's say 200 images, can now take the 201st image and compare that to other images, those other 200 that have been analyzed and annotated by the radiologist, and say, this is what I believe is happening. Now, with any sort of AI, we trust but verify. But the larger that database becomes, okay, this is why it's artificial intelligence, it starts to learn, okay, the larger that database becomes, the more it has to reference and the more it can get right. But again, as I say, we trust but verify. There's still a radiologist who looks at what AI has generated from those. And this is something that's simply done with something like Microsoft Copilot, or can be done with Microsoft Copilot. But the radiologist would still look at that and say, okay, I agree, sign off on it, and move on to the next task. So what happens is that it allows them to do their job a little bit quicker, gives them certain information. AI will not just say it's this, this, this. It will say it's this, and it's because of this and this thing and this thing. So moving on, next area that we can look into using AI, financial services. So complex financial documents drafted in minutes. And by the way, guys, we're going to start showing you how some of these things work. With the examples that we have today, we're going to do the third thing with this, with financial, as a matter of fact, but investment advice, personalized recommendations based on your client data. Okay, so it looks at what your history of financial spending and so on, and it says, hey, to better increase your wealth, you should do this, this, and this. Now, the last thing here, fraud detection with financial services, suspicious transactions identified in real time. That's already happening. You get a text message on your cell phone that we think that this transaction that your credit card has done it might be fraud, please give us a call at whatever number. That we're going to do kind of a version of that today, that you can see how it works, and that's actually with Copilot. So document research and analysis. So we can process documents. AI can scan through thousands of pages in seconds. This is one of the greatest things that I've found use for. And we're going to show you how AI can look at an insurance policy. So let's say you're in the insurance business and you have a policy that there are certain things that you typically look for. We're gonna let you see that today. See what kind of information that AI, again, simply something like Microsoft Copilot can produce and show you what's in that document. Again, we trust, but we verify. So we can ask it what page certain things were found on, and we can then reference that. But we can extract insights, key findings automatically identified, and comprehensive reports created instantly. So legal document processing. So before, it took hours and hours to manually review these things. There was a high chance of human error and there was limited document comparison. Now with AI, it takes us minutes to comb through hundreds of pages. We get a consistent analysis across the documents and an automatic precedent identification. So other ways that you can use AI, and we're going to show you this as well through the wonders of Chat GPT, creative writing enhancement. So you can, now Copilot does this constantly. So you write an email and it says, hey, you want me to make it better? You can have Copilot draft it out. But have you ever thought about, I don't know how many of you have kids out there, but have you ever thought about using AI to write a story, a unique and personalized story for your kid? Well, I'm going to show you how you can actually do that as well. And so it gives something, it's family fun for everyone. So there's so many things that you can do with AI, and we're going to have some fun finding out what some of those things are. So AI for personal projects, travel planning. If you're planning on taking a trip, use AI. Use AI to figure out what are some of the best sites, maybe off the beaten path in a place that you're going, and then have it geolocate those locations so that maybe you're within walking distance of all of these different things. And so it helps you do that. It helps you with meal planning. It helps you as a learning assistant. It's your own personal tutor. So AI has a lot of uses. Now, emerging AI applications of smart cities, traffic optimization, and urban planning. That's always something that goes on during AI. Environmental, climate modeling and conservation, education, adaptive learning platforms, and arts. This is one of the ones I love because I play guitar. I actually have had AI create the chord structure of, say, my favorite song. Say it's an Eric Clapton song. It will create the chord structure and tell me, oh, it goes from C, F to G in the chord structure. So you can do so many things with AI. Let's see, our next slide here. So basically the future of AI, where does it go? So what we're seeing is 85%, there's a productivity boost, average improvement with AI assistance. 63% companies are adopting AI in some form or fashion. Now, it doesn't mean that they're saying we're using Copilot or we're using ChatGPT. They may have applications now, and you'll see this a lot in various verticals where the applications actually already have certain AI functionality built into them. And the great thing about AI is it's 24/7 availability. So what we're going to do is we're going to hop into a couple examples here of Copilot using AI. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to stop sharing here for a moment. And we are going to actually just give me a second, and we're going to start with a document that I'm going to upload. We're going to start with an insurance policy. And here we go. That's there. And let me pull that prompt. Here we go. Okay. And this is going to give you kind of a quick lesson on prompting as well, because prompting is so important when it comes to AI, to all of the AI models. So I'm going to stop sharing there, and we're quickly going to go over to this. And here we have Microsoft 365 Copilot. So Microsoft 365 Copilot is different than your standard Copilot that comes on your system. So the standard Copilot is a useful tool, but the Microsoft 365 Copilot is designed to work within your SharePoint organization. You can see that I have it set here to work right up here at the top. We have a work tab and a web tab. So it's important that you do a lot within the work, because that actually allows for that governance and that compliance. Now, the first example I'm going to show you is this is a cybersecurity insurance policy. This policy is actually about 50 pages long. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and paste the prompt that we have here. Now, the prompt is acting as an expert cyber insurance business analyst, summarize this policy, giving me the endorsements, policy exclusions, sublimits, and required security measures that the insured must have in order for the policy to pay out the claim. Format the results in table format, report back any gaps in coverage, and give me suggestions for coverage that are not included or need higher limits. Now, just so you know, this is a fake cybersecurity. I had another AI tool create this fake cybersecurity insurance policy. I don't know what's really in it. We're going to find out together. But we are going to have Copilot examine this with this prompt. And so that's the important thing. Again, prompting is key. We don't want to just say, hey, examine this cybersecurity policy for me. That won't really give us a lot. We have to be very detailed with our prompting. And so part of using AI is truly learning how to prompt. So with this prompt, we're going to hit enter here and see what Copilot comes back with. It says, here's our structure summary of the cybersecurity insurance policy, focusing on the key elements you requested. Now, as we look through this, you see the endorsements. It details those endorsements: ransomware, cloud service provider, social engineering, fraud, gives us all of this information. Then it says, gives us the policy exclusions, prior knowledge of incidents, intentional acts, or willful misconduct. All of these items it lists for us. Again, this is just the prompt is looking through that document and giving us everything that it's found in there. Goes through the sublimits. Each endorsement includes a per incident and aggregate sublimit. Required security measures. It gives us a list of those. We mentioned that we wanted gaps. So the gaps in coverage and recommendations. So it shows no coverage for unendorsed social engineering fraud. So it combs through this entire document and says, would you like help drafting a checklist to ensure compliance with the required security measures, or assistance reviewing your current cyber posture against these policy conditions? So it asks you questions and then it asks you questions and then gives you answers to those those, for instance, if you said yes, it gives you answers to those. So there's a lot that can be done when it comes down to examining documents with Microsoft Copilot. Now, another thing that I want to show you with Microsoft Copilot is this. We're going to start a new chat, and we are going to, now, what I'm doing is I'm kind of taking a shortcut to this, but the way this works within Microsoft Copilot, I need for you to understand that if you're using Microsoft Copilot, you're working within your Office 365 environment. Again, as long as I've got this up here, the work, then I'm within my environment. Okay. Once I go web, I open it up and say, hey, you can get out there on the web and you can share the information that I'm putting out there. We don't want that. We want to use this within our environment. So your SharePoint data is within your environment. Your OneDrive is in your environment. But wait, also your Outlook is in your environment. So you can have it scan your email for a particular email that pertained, let's say, that cybersecurity insurance policy. So what we're going to do now is, for those of you who might be in the finance industry, I'm going to take a few documents here. I'm going to add this content. Let's see, files, and here we go. Alrighty, so I have, again, I had AI create some mock, not Copilot, another AI tool, create mock spreadsheets for a business, weekly data that was brought in. And so what I'm going to ask Copilot to do is, please examine. We're going to say, and again, this is an off-the-cuff prompt, so we're going to say, please examine all of the spreadsheets for any data that might seem fraudulent from a weekly analysis. Okay, because each spreadsheet is data from each week. We're going to see what it gives us. That prompt probably could be a little bit better, more detailed, but we're going to see what it gives us, because I do want to make sure that we have time to squeeze in all the other items and especially the fun items. So it's analyzing all, there are 11 spreadsheets there. And Copilot is analyzing all of those presently. Okay, I reviewed all 11 weekly transaction spreadsheets for signs of potential of fraudulent activity. Here's a summary of what stood out. Okay, so it looks at this, it tells what the spreadsheet is. So the F is the one that I put in there as fraudulent. And now it has examined that particular spreadsheet, and it said this week contains several red flags: duplicate transaction IDs. It also contains suspicious descriptions. So multiple entries that were labeled small payments, to a suspicious vendor. So 198, all of these figures, and it gives you the dates that was across. So these transactions either contain suspicious keywords or involve unusually high amounts. Example, there was one here with 13,689, which was not normal for this particular business. If we were to sit there and go through all of those spreadsheets, you would see that this 13,689 is something that's extremely abnormal for this business on a weekly basis. And then it says that there were no other flags. None of the other 10 weeks showed anomalies based on duplicate transactions, suspicious keywords and descriptions, extremely high or low transaction amounts. And it says that you can download the full list of flag transactions for week 11 here. But basically, it's the information that we have up here is what you would be downloading. So that gives you an example of what we could do, some of the things that we could do from a financial standpoint with Microsoft Copilot. Now, going over into something that's a little bit more fun. We're gonna pop over and we're gonna take a look, and I've got two more things to show you guys. One is I love this. We're gonna call this one is the fashion. I've created a bot and a tool that we use, or a tool that I use a lot, which allows us to use ChatGPT and other platforms. So this one's using ChatGPT, and what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna upload an image. And we are going to go back here. Here's our image. And actually, I need to go and use our particular bot that we've created for this, which is called our Fashion Me. Here we are. It's called our Fashion Me bot. And so you can just picture this as an image of yourself. And we're going to say, help me choose the right wardrobe for, we're just going to leave that general. Help me choose the right wardrobe for my complexion and build. So looking at this photo or looking at this image, ChatGPT, now again, there is a certain prompt that was designed for this. And when it gives us this, I'll show you the prompt, but it goes to show how important prompting and proper prompting is. And in another class, we're gonna kind of tell you ways to better your prompting skills. But let's see what we come up with here from that image that you see there. So it gives us for general, formal, and casual, here's a tailored wardrobe selection based on your image. So based on the image of this person right here, it's saying, oh, you've got an athletic build, well-proportioned frame, broad shoulders, and defined upper body. So your complexion and hair analysis, warm undertones and medium to dark hair. Now, clothing recommendations, opt for earth tones like olive green, camel, or rust. Neutral colors like navy, charcoal, beige will complement your complexion. A tailored navy suit with a crisp white or light blue dress shirt. Pair with a slim tie in a complementary color like burgundy or dark green. Brown leather belt, matching shoes. So for casual outings, colors, pastel shades, well-fitted chinos or dark denim jeans paired with lightweight crew neck sweater or fitted shirt. Add a casual blazer or a bomber jacket for an elevated casual style. Footwear, white sneakers or loafers for a relaxed yet polished look. And so it goes on to tell you more, and you can say it gives you things like for summer, consider lighter fabrics like linen, and you can say that you're in South Florida, or you can say I'm in New York City, and it will design according to that. Now, to give you an idea of what a prompt like this is built or how it's built, I'm going to show you here the actual prompt. This is the actual prompt. So it's not just one or two words. It's saying, I want you to act. Now, this is key. What's here is really key to building a prompt. I want you to act as a professional stylist. who provides personalized clothing suggestions based on an uploaded image of a person. Your task is to analyze the person's body type, complexion, hair color, and the type of event they will be attending. Based on this analysis, provide tailored clothing recommendations that suit their unique features and the occasion. So you're telling the AI bot who you want it to be. You're giving it the task, analyze the person's body type, complexion, hair, typical type and the type of an event that they're attending. Based on that analysis, provide a tailored clothing end result, tailored clothing recommendations that suit their unique features. And it goes on and produces a bit more. Again, in another briefing, we're going to actually share how you can build out these prompts and build out detailed prompts like this. But the last thing I'm going to show for you today, just so all of you can kind of get away for the weekend, have a little fun, we are going to pop over here into our other bot, and we just call it the bartender bot. And what we're going to do is very quickly, we are going to create a wonderful drink for you all to have. We're going to save that. Anyone with the link, start it. And here we are. So we're going to say, I have had a long week as an accountant. And I would like a drink to help me relax with a base of, I don't know, we're going to say, okay, I'm hearing tequila here. A base of tequila and a few bubbles. I like fruit. I like fruity drinks. Make me a drink that is specifically mine. Or we're going to change that to uniquely mine. Uniquely mine. And ask me any questions you need to refine it. We're going to see what the bartender gives me. My friend, after a long week crunching numbers, you deserve something bright, refreshing, and uniquely yours, a tequila-based fruity drink with bubbles. I love this direction already. Let's create something that's vibrant. What kind of fruit flavors do you enjoy? We're going to say we like strawberries. Strawberries. I like strawberries. And sweeter drinks. Blanco tequila is asking which type of tequila we like. We're going to put Prosecco for bubbles. And garnish with, I don't know, mint. So what it does is it gives us the name, the strawberry siesta, that's uniquely ours, 2 ounces of Blanco tequila, 1 ounce of strawberry puree, simple syrup, fresh lime juice, Prosecco, mint sprig, and optional strawberry slice for garnish. Tells you how to prepare it, prepares the style, and then it gives you the inspiration for it all. This drink is designed to feel like a sweet escape, balancing the fruity sweetness of strawberries with the crisp, clean notes of Blanco tequila. The Prosecco adds a celebratory sparkle, and the mint garnish gives it a refreshing aroma that invites you to take that first sip and relax. So, hopefully, you guys get a spark to create something of your own, figuring and learning that AI can be used for a lot of things. It can be used to help you choose your wardrobe. It can be used to help you relax a little bit, make a special drink, alcoholic, non-alcoholic, doesn't matter. Um, and of course, within the work field, it can be used to crunch those numbers, to find those fraudulent things, to examine images, to examine the documents. Again, trust but verify. I say trust but verify the drink. Enjoy the weekend. We're going to let you go. It's 3 minutes past our time. But feel free to contact us again at, I'm going to just share this real quick with you. Feel free to contact us at L7 Solutions and 954-573-1300, or you can contact me directly at ktucker@l7solutions.com. I am the sales manager here at L7 Solutions. We'd love to come in, talk to you a little bit more about AI and how it can really be used within your business, and how you might go about implementing it and working into the future growth of your business. But on that note, guys, I'm going to say goodbye. Have a wonderful weekend. Thank you for stopping in. We do this every Friday, 1 o'clock. Again, 30 minutes. It varies. It may be AI. It may be cybersecurity. It may be a lot of different things. So we will email you and let you know what we are doing within the next one. Again, have a wonderful weekend. Thank you for coming. We truly appreciate it. Have a great day.